I didn't expect guinea pigs to be so fun and funny and comical. They are ridiculous, furry potatoes in appearance, but also their behavior. A guinea pig learns that a knife on a cutting board means maybe there's food coming. So anytime we cut on a cutting board, we hear week, 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 week. They make this sound. They call it weeking. And it's week, week, week. Anytime plastic crackles, they think it's lettuce coming out of the fridge. So any crackling, if I am like taking batteries out of a deli bag and the bag crackles, they're like, week, week, week. They know us. And now I think even the sound of the knife drawer opening, they get excited. Week, 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 week. And also when they're happy, they cluck like chickens. It's hilarious.
School for the dogs. For the dogs. School for the dogs. For the dogs.
Last week saw the passing of 99-year-old actress and noted animal lover and advocate Betty White. In one of the obituaries for her, I read that in the 1970s, she had something of a talk show called The Pet Set, where she basically interviewed her friends about their pets. And I thought, that sounds like a fun thing to do. Her friends were 1970s celebrities. Mine are not 1970s celebrities, but they're celebrities in my life. And I will grab at any opportunity to talk to people about their dogs. It's what I love to do. At first I thought maybe I could make it more focused and talk to people about their first dog or a dog that they've lost. But then I thought that would rule out me talking to so many of the dog owners who I've come to know at School for the Dogs, who are our clients, both human and canine. So why limit things? And also I thought, why limit it just to dogs? In fact, the first person I realized I wanted to talk to for this series has a pet who is not a dog at all, but is a kind of animal I would really be curious to learn more about. So for the very first entry into this series, which I am going to call Best Pet Ever, I am speaking to my good friend, Jessica Vitkus. Jessica is a writer and TV producer. We have been good friends for nearly 20 years, and about 10 years ago, I was lucky enough to be hired by Jessica when she was the executive producer for the show Too Cute, Puppies and Kittens, which aired on Animal Planet. She hired me as an associate producer / animal wrangler / dog nerd on site with facts and training recommendations. Anyway, it was a fabulous job, really great experience for me. And during that time, I know that Jessica worked with lots of different kinds of animals, not just cats and dogs, and learned about all different kinds of animals, including pigs that people kept as pets and hedgehogs. And so when last year she and her family got a pair of guinea pigs, I thought that it must have been a very thoughtful choice of pet, and I immediately wanted to learn more. I hope you enjoy this conversation. If you or someone you know is a 1970s celebrity or would just like to be on this show talking about one of their pets, go ahead and send me an email, Annie@schoolforthedogs.com.
I'm Jessica Vitkus. I live in the East Village. I have a boyfriend and twin girls who are 8 and 2 guinea pigs named Coffee and Cookie.
I always want to say their names are Cookie and Sprinkles.
we talked about the guinea pigs for a long time before we got them. So we talked about names because that's fun. So we kind of picked Mango and Mochi because they're the right shape, and we love to eat both of those things, although we promised not to eat our guinea pigs. And then we got them, and the girls changed their minds about the names. And that's okay. That's a big part of pet ownership is naming. Naming is very powerful. So true. They got to name their own pets.
Well, and they got them and they didn't look like a Mango and a Mochi, I guess.
They did not. Just like when I had my own children, I had whole names picked out, and I changed my mind when I saw them.
I remember that.
Names didn't fit.
It was going to be one of them was going to be Theodora, right?
Yes, good memory. My children were going to be, and they're actually kind of mad at me about this now because they like my old choices better. They were going to be Cordelia and Theodora, and they were going to be Coco and Teddy. And then they just didn't look like it. I changed my mind, and they just seemed like big names for those tiny little girls, and I don't know, they just didn't fit. So I changed them. They're now Matilda and Sadie, and I'm sticking to it, and I legally have to for now, and we're gonna go with that.
And
so
coffee,
anyway, yeah. So we have Cookie and Coffee. They named
Sprinkles is Coffee's stripper name.
It's her alter ego.
Yeah, that's how I know.
I like it. Totally.
Why guinea pigs?
Well, I think they're a good starter pet for little kids, and Steven is my partner. We both love animals. He's a little bit more of a cat person. I'm a little bit more of a dog person, although we all like all of them. And we wanted a starter pet that the kids could handle and see how it went, see if the girls helped to take care of them, and they just seem like an on-ramp to pet ownership for little children. So and they're just small. My kids are small. You can cuddle them you can cuddle a guinea pig in your lap, and none of us had guinea pigs. We also we babysat. That's part of it. We babysat for a guinea pig named Marvin, who's now in guinea pig heaven, but we have a painting of Marvin. We loved Marvin so much. We had a painting commissioned of him that I can send you.
Was this a school pet?
Nope. Marvin is my friend Luba's guinea pig, my adult friend who has a guinea pig, by the way. And we babysat for Marvin when Marvin's family was on vacation, and we had such a good time. He was a solo boy guinea pig, and Stephen and I would get out Marvin at night and play with him, and when the kids were in bed, and the kids liked Marvin, and so we wanted a Marvin of our own. And then, COVID happened, lockdown. I sort of wish we'd gotten the guinea pigs like the first day of coronavirus lockdown, because it gives you something to do every single day. They're very, there's always a cage to clean and some food to feed, and but we got them about a year ago. And
what was it about Marvin? How would you play with Marvin?
What was about Marvin?
I mean, I've spent so little time with guinea pigs. I'm a tiny bit of time with yours, but like they're not cuddly, right?
Well, I've since learned a ton, and I will pass on whatever knowledge I can. But Marvin was pretty typical, and I've since learned that guinea pigs like to be in pairs. They're pack animals. They definitely are happier in a group. So, but some of them do okay solo if you give them a lot of attention. And Marvin had a lot of attention at home, and we gave him a lot of attention. Guinea pigs in general, and Marvin too, do not like getting picked up. But once you pick them up and once they settle into your lap, they're pretty chill and good. And I think some guinea pigs grow to realize that getting picked up means getting treats and pets. But, they're prey animals, and they just run away. They are full of fear. They need to always have a place to hide.
How did you go about finding a guinea pig?
Sort of stupidly, and I've learned more since. We go to Petco. The Petco in Union Square is perfectly lovely, and I kept going to Petco to look for the right guinea pig. We wanted girls. Marvin was a boy. We love Marvin. Marvin went back to his home, but Marvin stayed in our hearts.
Was there a reason why girls, or?
Some of the boys get big testicles, and I do not like them. They're like the size of grapes. And I don't know when they grow big, but I don't need to look at furry grape-sized testicles on a small mammal the size of a rabbit.
And the patriarchy.
It's kind of a shallow,
Don't need
reason.
the constant reminder.
It's a constant reminder, and there's that. And then we've also heard and read, boy guinea pigs, their pee smells more, they fight more. Each individual is different, but they're a little smellier, a little more aggressive. And then I heard these two words that were the deal breaker, and the words are boar glue. So I started following these Facebook pages of guinea pig owners just to learn, and it was so helpful. And then I saw these posts about boar glue, and I'm like, boar glue? And they're like, I found some boar glue. And they're like, oh, the other poster said, you have to just cut the fur. And I'm like, boar glue is sperm that gets stuck in their fur, and you cannot get it out unless you cut it out, and it's just gross. I'm sorry.
Wow. Wow.
So once I heard about boar glue, plus more aggressive, plus the pee smelling out, and plus we are a household of mostly girls. We pick girls. So, and then I kind of like the guinea pigs that have, I don't even know the word. They have fur that goes in all different directions. Kind of not long hair, not short hair, it's in between, and and the fur goes like.
Is this a
left,
specific
right.
breed of guinea pig?
There is a name for it, and there is a kind of breed name, and I like the wacky fur, and I wanted a girl, so I kept going to Petco looking for two girls with the crazy fur, and I was just looking and like waiting for that day, and that day never came. And then I have my friend of mine, another mom, they have guinea pigs, and she became my guinea pig mentor, and she's like, do not get it at a pet store. There's no shortage of guinea pigs who need homes, and she is right. Those Facebook pages are all like, oh, we thought we had 2 boys, and then we came down this morning and there were 5 in the cage. And they really breed, and they breed fast. I mean, I think they come out when they're born. They come out like a baby giraffe or elephant. They just come out ready to go.
Wow.
They are fluffy, and you think of mice and hamsters have those little peaky babies that are furless, and God bless. But guinea pigs come out hopping and ready for action. Their survival technique is reproduction. So there's so many out there. So I strongly advise, Petco is great for supplies. But if you want to get an animal, there's so many to adopt for free. And that's what we did. I remember you saying you found like there was a whole guinea pig underground. There is a whole guinea pig underground. I think Reddit has a lot. My boyfriend's on Reddit a lot, learning about guinea pigs, and there's tons for adoption. I'm more Facebook-y, so that's where I found my knowledge and my adoptable ones. And once I realized that I was going to adopt, I paid closer attention to the ones online and the comments and the world of people talking to each other. And I choose Facebook groups where people are not nasty, but people do. It does get nasty. Like, how dare you have a cage that small? And we try not to shame other pet owners. We try to help them. And I pretty much stay out of it.
Nastiness. Can you talk a little bit about your setup?
For my setup for cookie and coffee, my boyfriend's very handy, so he's built some things. For 2 guinea pigs, you need basically 2 feet by 4 feet minimum, and there's a lot of standard cages out there that size. Then Steven built a second floor loft, so they have a little ramp and a place to go. So they can be upstairs or downstairs. And there's some great products out there. Guinea pigs are easy to clean after. Their poops are just like little Cocoa Puffs. I pick them up with my hands if they get in the wrong place, and they're dry. They're just like dry coffee bean Cocoa Puffs. They're not gross.
And as you explained to me, they make good fertilizer, which then led me down a rabbit hole where I found there are people out there who sell guinea pig poop as fertilizer.
When you and I talked about it, I did save it for a while, but then it got gross. It got like the jar I was saving it in started to get stinky, because it's also not very stinky. Their pee can be smelly, but the poop is just dry. They're literally like Cocoa Puff cereal. I don't eat it, although they do eat their own poop. That's a very common guinea pig thing. I've not seen it yet. I've seen it in other guinea pigs, but they do eat their own poop.
It's a common animal thing, common in mammals. I mean, there's some nutritious value there if
That's
your brain is pretty small and you gotta survive. How are the girls with the guinea pigs? Because I'm always curious about what happens when people get their pets for their kids.
Yes.
Because I think some people. I mean, I don't know what you're going to say, but I feel like there are some people who set up their kids for disappointment.
That the kids are gonna. They put too much pressure on the kids to take care of the pets.
Right, where like kids can't take care of themselves, and then the kids feel like they're failing at taking care of the pets, or the parent feels like, I got this pet and you were supposed to take care of it, and now I have to do it, and is resentful.
I think that's really common with dogs and cats.
Yeah.
And so part of the reason we picked guinea pigs was hopefully this is like a middle stepping stone.
Right.
And I think we're fairly successful. We lowered our expectations. I mean, our girls, we have 8-year-old twin girls, and they are interested and they are responsible and they participate, but we aren't kidding ourselves. Like, we clean out the cage. But guinea pig poops are, we have a little broom and dustpan, and the girls can pick those up, can do a little sweep out. Like, they're not going to clean out the whole cage, but basically the way you take care of guinea pigs is you have there's a whole world of fleece lining floor. It's like a big rug you put on the floor of their cage, and then there's an area called the kitchen to the side we put paper shavings. That's a commercial product, and we put some hay, and they have the place where they eat and poop is with the paper shavings, but the fleece is under most of the cage, and the fleece is so easy to clean. You just sweep up the poops, and then every day or every other day, and then the fleece bottom you toss in the wash once a week and put down a new one. And then the paper shavings, when they get gross, just throw them out, put new ones. And every day we'll go in and take out the worst of the paper shavings that have poops and pee in them. We'll scoop that part out and put in some new shavings. So I call it mucking out the barn. I muck out the barn like once a day or every other day, and then we do a big clean about once a week. And it's really, you've been to our house, not smelly. It's pleasant, and it's that part's worked out. But for the kids participating, they help clean, and they definitely help feed.
Well, they definitely seem like they spend a lot of time with the guinea pigs.
They do.
Right about that?
And so I'm not going to lie, one kid's more into the guinea pigs than the other, but that's fine. Our twins are fraternal. They're very different people. And Matilda is much more into the guinea pigs. Sadie is less into them, but she wears a locket with a picture of her guinea pig in it. And that's kind of how she wants to enjoy them. Just like admiring them from afar, wearing it in the locket. More Victorian approach to her pet ownership.
I love that.
Matilda, on the other hand, the first week we had them, we put them in the kitchen. We did this fun thing we should do more, where we put them in the kitchen, we block off each end with like a little fence and have a rug, and then Matilda laid down full body and put sliced peppers all over her body and had the guinea pigs climb up on her body and eat the peppers, like some sort of vaudeville act.
She's an animal trainer.
She's an animal trainer. It also reminded me of like those women who like serve sushi off their bodies, but I'm trying to get that picture out of my mind. And instead, it was her way of interacting, and she's right. Like, they're incredibly into food. All they care about is food. And so putting food on your body is the best way to get a guinea pig to climb on your body. She didn't even need to be told that. She just figured it out.
Yeah, and also a really good way to get the guinea pig to be into you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it's worked.
Yeah.
So she still does that, and she and I actually copied her. Now I will sit. So we've made what we call the front yard. We have the cage, it's 2x4 with the loft, and then we open up the front gate, and then we've put sort of cardboard fencing that creates another, like literally a front yard, like in front of the cage, and we put a pillow as the ramp of freedom, and they climb down the pillow because the cage is elevated. So we lift up the gate, they climb down a pillow, a big like throw pillow. They're at floor level, and then we have that's probably like, I don't know, 5 feet by 5 feet. And a very important thing for guinea pigs, very important, next to food, maybe more important than food, they need to hide. What they always want is a place to hide, and your guinea pig will always be happy they have a place to hide. They're just hidey, fraidy animals, and you got to work with that. So we always have tunnels and cardboard boxes, and they'll go under fabric and like snuggle. So
you know what might
the,
be fun?
Yeah?
Fun is if you haven't already, to try some of the puzzle toys that we have at school for the dogs, like like toys with little doors and drawers that can be pushed open and that sort of thing. Forget if I brought you something like that, or we have these snuffle mats that you can hide food in, but I wonder if they would. There must be people out there who've already tried these things with guinea pigs.
I would love to try that. They're not very smart, but they definitely like their food. So if there's a way to earn some food, they might be into it. I would love to try that. And if it involves hiding and digging and snuggling and tunneling, that's, they're rodents. They're digging, hiding, prey animals. So in the front yard, we put tunnels and boxes and things for them. So they always have a place to go. And also not only a place to hide, but a place to hide in with entrance and an exit, so they're not trapped. They need to feel like they can get out. So that all makes them relaxed and happy, which is good. And so Matilda and I, separately or together, will sit in the front yard, the guinea pig's front yard, in front of their cage, and put food on our bodies. And then they climb on our bodies and get the food, and they eat out of our hands. And definitely food is the way to their hearts, and we work with that all the time. They are not that excited about getting snuggled, but I've learned from you that if we feed them, then I pet them while I'm feeding them, so they learn to enjoy, like, feeding is good, and getting petted, well, getting fed is nice, and this isn't so bad.
Right.
So the girls will sit, we have a product I love called a Snuggle Cup, or Cuddle Cup, and it's just like a nest, and we use a towel, and you sit cross-legged, and you put a Cuddle Cup in your lap or a towel, and we put a guinea pig in your lap, and you feed the guinea pig, and you pet the guinea pig while you're feeding, and they like that. But they don't like being caught. Getting them to put in your lap is a challenge, and there's lots of YouTube videos I've watched on how to catch your guinea pig. I still can't do it. Steven has to do it. They just run away. They hate being caught.
Aww.
They hate the act of catching. And,
well, I wonder if there's a way to teach them some sort of stationing behavior, like going to a certain spot and staying. Well, when it's easier for us to hang out at in each other's apartments, and I don't have two small children on top of me.
Right.
I'd like to start coming over more and just playing around, doing like clicker training with them, and especially Matilda if she's into it, because I think it could be really. I'd have fun doing it. I mean.
Okay, that would be great. We'd love it. Well, also from learning from you, we did stick with the clicker training, but we've been food training them a little bit. I've seen other guinea pigs do tricks, and I want to teach them just basic things like putting their paw on my hands when I feed them, or even just doing, we call it a wheelie, doing a wheelie when they go on their hind legs and like stand up for food. I think it's pretty darn cute. And I showed you that video. I mean, I taught them to kiss me.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I even taught them anything. I think it's just what they do. But I make them touch their nose to my nose when I give them a treat. And now every time I feed them, I make a kissy noise. I go to let them know, like, food's coming. And so now if I go to the cage and I make kissy noise, they come out. They know that means food is coming. So, yeah, we're using kissing noises as a cue for food. Tapping the ground in front of them is a cue for food.
Now, you've done some traveling with your guinea pigs, right?
We have a weekend house upstate with a yard, and we bring the guinea pigs with us in a cat carrier, which they seem to enjoy. It's small and cozy, and they like to hide in small, cozy places. In nice weather, we take them outside, and it's so funny and fun. My daughter Matilda will lifeguard them, set up a little garden fence. It's like a 8-inch tall wire fence that we make a rectangle out of, and we put the guinea pigs in there in the space. It's like, 6 feet by 6 feet. And the guinea pigs are so happy because they love grass and dandelions and clover. We've got plenty of all of those. And so imagine if the floor was made of chocolate ice cream for you or me. That's what it's like for them. So they are very, very happy, and they just sit like little funny rabbit cows and graze on the grass in the weather. But we have to give them tunnels and boxes to hide in, and we do. And they just are so, so happy. And it's like our little farm scene. I love it.
Can you tell the anecdote that I will always remember as the time Stephen mistook a guinea pig for a bear?
So one day upstate, I was bringing the guinea pigs outside, and their little wire pen was mostly set up. It had 3 walls. I had to put on the 4th wall. And my hands were full with the guinea pigs in their carrier, and I put them down in the grass and I let them out. But the 4th wall was not up, and my daughter Matilda freaked out and started screaming at the top of her lungs. And of course, it scared the guinea pigs, but they just kind of froze. And my boyfriend came out. He thought a bear was attacking us because of her level of screams. And she thought that the guinea pigs were going to run away. And we're like, where would they go? She's like, they're going to run into the street. I'm like, have you seen how long their legs are? They're like 1 inch long. And they're in the middle of the grass where they want to be. And they don't really move or run, like, ever. But she was highly concerned. So we calmed her down, put up the 4th wall. All was well. But she does sit like a lifeguard when the guinea pigs are outside.
Well, thank you so much, Jessica, for being the very first Best Pet Ever guest. And before you go, I just thought maybe you could share what you shared with me about how having Cookie and Coffee in your home has helped your relationship with Stephen.
Stephen around the guinea pigs is just his kindest, sweetest self. And he's a kind, sweet person in general. But I could be mad at him about, I don't know, the bedroom being messy or something stupid. And then he's this 6'4" big person, and there he is on the ground holding a guinea pig and saying, "Hey there, hi little buddy, do you want some lettuce or do you want parsley? Oh, I got you." And him talking to the guinea pig, I just melt. My heart melts. It's so sweet. And he's completely serious. Like, the other thing he does that I love, we've all been working at home, and I'll be at my computer working, and I'll hear footsteps behind me, and I can tell from the way he's walking, it's a gentle, even walk, that he's holding a guinea pig. And I'll be in the middle of my day, and I might be grumpy, and I'll hear the gentle walk of a guinea pig tamer walking over to me, and he'll bring me a guinea pig to just like hold and put in my lap. And it brightens my day, it calms me down. And guinea pig therapy could be a side hustle we start, that couples come in, they just have to hold guinea pigs, talk to the guinea pigs, and then they see the best in them. I'm all for it.
School for the dogs.
Thank you so much for listening. And special thanks to Bill and Lizzie of Toast Garden for the amazing theme song. You can find Toast Garden at youtube.com/toastgarden. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review on iTunes. You can also support us by shopping at storeforthedogs.com, and you can learn more about us at schoolforthedogs.com. You can also connect with other listeners by downloading our brand new app. Just visit schoolforthedogs.com/community.